car and I think to myself, there's a Republican or there's somebody voting for Trump. How pathetic is that we are defined by our political party by supporting our flag? That just blows me away. I have so much pride. I have so much pride in this country. I'm a second-generation Arizonan, small business owner, and all they're trying to do is silence our voices. I heard Brian up here say it. They want to silence our voice. They want to take it away. I own a little company called We Fix Ugly Pools. I'm also known as the Ugly Pool Guy, for those of you who don't know. My business gets called every single day. I've been called a racist, a Klans member. I've been cussed at. We've been stuff thrown at us when we're driving down the road. But our staff are harassed every day. And my girls ask me, why do you continue to go out there knowing these calls were going to come in? I said, in 2016, I said nothing. I went to the polls and I voted. And I listened. And I listened to how Hillary Clinton was going to walk away with this election and how she was going to take it and it was going to be a landslide. And I watched on election night. And who became our president but Donald J. Trump? So I convicted myself that year, 2016. I was convicted that when this election came around, I would be silent no more because I saw what was happening in 2016. It was a litmus test for what they did this year. Think about this, the amount of corruption that they had in Hillary's campaign. She was confident that she was going to win, so much so that she couldn't even come out and give a concession speech. She was drunk. But I will tell you, if you think about this, they cheated so badly and had no idea what was getting ready to happen to them at the polls. So this year, they pulled out all the stops, knowing that they were going to have to just have this insurmountable lead to overcome. 73 million Americans legally voted for Donald J. Trump. So what scares me about this is they said, okay, we need to have the panic button. We need to have the oh shit button out there. And as the election numbers start to come in, we need to hit that button and we need to be able to attack it on every angle. And you think about this, from mail-in voting to in-ballot voting to in-person voting to the electoral college. They wanted everything under their control where they stopped an election that they saw was trending so they could bring in more votes and ensure the loss of Donald Trump with numbers that have never before been seen. Without campaigning. I've done 40 rallies, Nevada, Arizona, Texas. My video trucks have been at over 30 rallies here in the state of Arizona. We've led some of the largest Trump trains, 96 miles of cars. We're surrounded every day by fellow patriots and fellow Americans. People who love this country and love our president and believe in where the direction of the country is going. I have been to 4 Biden-Harris rallies, 4 of them, myself. Because I have to always look at what's going on the other side. It's how you educate yourself. You can't stand on one side of the street and expect to know what's going on the other side unless you cross the goddamn road, right? So I crossed the road, I went to the rallies. You know how many people showed up for Cher's concert? 30 people. And I don't know how many of those were Trump supporters that crossed the street with me. It was embarrassing. We're standing on the street corner with 300 patriots outside the event with 30 Biden supporters at a Cher concert. I drive down the road in these video trucks. Out of 15 people that honk and wave, 1 person flips us off. 1. I drive at the Prescott Valley. We get followed by thousands of people honking and waving in our little train up to Prescott Valley to see Donald Trump. I see I counted a handful of people who flip me off or tell us, we're racist or whatever. But that is a good test for the dynamics of our voting system right here. So you're telling me that Arizona, historically a red state with the largest turnout of any of our patriot voters, with pop-up events on every corner, with tents selling flag shirts, hats, lost to Joe Biden, who couldn't pull but 30 people at a Cher concert? It's not happening. I just don't believe it. I just don't believe it. I'm not a super smart guy. I feel like I'm pretty educated, but I'm not super smart. But I can look at things and know, hey, if 1 + 1 = 2, how can 3 + 1 = 9? And that's the counting system that they have. They just decide what votes they want and what votes they get. And because of that, we're standing out here to what? Stop the steal. What are we doing?
Stop the steal!
I can't hear you.
Stop the steal!
That is unfortunate a day in America where we have to stand here at an election knowing full well, not conspiracy theory, but valid fact, that our election was stolen from our great president. That we saw the largest amount of corruption in the history of presidential elections. Do you guys see what's going on in Washington right now? That town is shut down. You know what Donald Trump did today? He rolled down his window and he drove through the crowd. How many of you think Obama would have rolled down his window? But yet, Joe Biden pulled 12 million more votes than President Obama. Hold on. President Obama didn't have, or Joe Biden didn't have law enforcement, military. He had the largest black exit of voters in the history of the Democratic Party. I don't know too many small business owners that really want Biden policies, myself included.
But he had a lot of dead voters.
He had a lot of dead voters. But the reality is, folks, is that you are here for a reason, and what your voice is saying and what it's being heard is that we will not allow them to steal this election, because we are here to... Oh, come on, you guys can do better now. What are we here to do? Look, I've been honored to be around you guys. I've met thousands of you. The day after our viewing party up there off of Lake Pleasant, they deleted my entire Facebook account to a point where every photo that I've ever been tagged in is gone from the internet. They erased my existence. 14-year business page I don't even have access to anymore. There's 3 Facebook employees that are now admins of my business page. They took my voice because they've seen how we have been getting progressively better at what we're doing. The day after the election, 8 a.m. in the morning, I had a Facebook. 8:01, I did not. I tried to appeal it. There was nothing that even appeal. They said, there's not open for appeal. Done. That's just how it goes. That's what we're facing. If they win this election, don't think that that's not going to be the norm. That's why the mass exit to Parler, MeWe, and Liberty, and all the other ones, right? Because we need a voice. I love you people. I love all of you. Second generation Arizonan. I love America first. I love Arizona second. And I love all of you right now just as much as I love America. I'm going to give a few minutes. I've talked way more than I was supposed to. I'm going to give a few minutes to introduce Buddy. I don't know how many of you have seen the Trump bus at all the events. He's got the motorhome Trump bus. He's kind of a local celebrity. He's been on nationwide news channels, been featured in all kinds of articles, has a Trump store out of Wickenburg, Arizona, if you're taking a drive. Let me introduce Buddy real quick. Here you go, Buddy.
Okay, good. Wow, I'm kind of intimidated. There's a bunch of great speakers that I've followed, so I don't have all the hype and everything they do, but it's been an honor to be here in town, in this state. Met great people like Brian. I don't know if y'all seen the fire truck. It's owned by a great guy named Tony. His wife's right here in the audience, and the blonde, if you'll say hello. Yeah. They've led some parades with us. Anyways, we started off at the White House in January, and our goal was to travel the whole country, but with the Antifa and the Black Lives Matter and all this kind of stuff, I guess if it was a regular car and something happened to it, we go rent another one and get another one and get on the road. But you know, it's a nice bus. There's a lot of time went into the design of it. So we try to, people say, has anything bad ever happened to it? And I say no, because we plan where we go and we don't go where anything bad's going to happen to it. But anyways, we started off in Washington in January. We went all over Pennsylvania, registered voters. I assumed that the president can get on the ballot anywhere, but a lot of states he has to have an X amount of people signing up for him to run for election. So we went to Pennsylvania and West Virginia and North Carolina, South Carolina. The last event we did was in Trump's hotel in Vegas, and we came here in Arizona because Bernie and Biden were going to debate back then, and we were going to bring a couple hundred people here holding Trump flags in front of the debate hall and give them a warm, we love you, Trump's here in town, kind of welcome. But it got moved to Washington, and we couldn't get there in time, and then it got canceled, and then the country closed down all in a matter of a few days. So Sheriff Joe Arpaio invited us to stay up in Fountain Hills with him, and we couldn't think of a better place to stay than Arizona. It's just been, yeah. And I don't just say that because I'm here in Arizona. I truly mean that. We've led a lot of great parades here, met a lot of good people. We've led parades around the country, and I've never seen parades like y'all can do. 96 miles of cars, thousands. Yeah. I've never even seen events like y'all hold down here. So, anyways, I'm not going to take too long. I'll just tell you that the bus is funded by selling hats and shirts. All the Republican politicians in the country can use it free of charge. We don't ask for a penny. Here, Congressman Paul Gosar's used it a few times. David Schweikert's used it a few times. Sheriff Joe Arpaio has used it.
Don't let Doocy in it.
We don't let him in it. Yeah. We can put him under the bus. Yeah. But anyways, we fund the bus by selling hats and shirts, and in order to get a lot more people out there wearing Trump hats and flying Trump flags, today we're doing a buy one, get one free at the bus. So before y'all leave, it's Christmas time. If y'all all want to come, we take cash, credit cards, debit cards, car titles, deeds to homes. No, I'm just kidding. Anyways, and I want to tell Brian thanks for, we do a lot of great parades with him, and he's a good guy. And thank y'all all for being here. Yeah. And if you're ever on Wickenburg, come visit the Trump train store there, and that's where the bus is